What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports, back again with another one. The return of the Bronze Bomber, former WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder, who had 10 successful title defenses before being derailed by the current WBC champion, Tyson the Gypsy King Fury, who I have to this day the number 2 heavyweight in the division, will make his much anticipated return to the square circle, taking on former sparring partner Robert Helenius. But Robert Helenius is much more than a sparring partner. He's coming off back-to-back wins over Adam Kanaki. 2 career-defining wins over Adam Kanaki, and that has put him in position to take on one of the baddest man on the planet. He has a PhD in the one-hitter quitter. Has knocked out every man but one man, and he's knocked them down several times. That being Deontay Wilder. It's going down at the Barclays Center October 15th in Brooklyn, New York. So let's see how it go down. Going down October 15th. Now, October 15th is a very interesting date in a very, very interesting month. It will be going head up with Devin the Dream Haney, who's the undisputed lightweight champion. He's going to have to go back down under in the land of the kangaroos and take on former undisputed champion George Kambosos. So it's going to be very, very interesting how that's going to all play out. Now, that's going to be on regular cable ESPN. Deontay Wilder fight will be on Fox pay-per-view. Now, a lot of people are out here saying, man, this is not a pay-per-view fight. He's fighting Robert Helenius. This is not a pay-per-view worthy fight. But due to the fact that Deontay Wilder commands a high guarantee, there go that word again, guarantee. That guarantee has played a big part in the whole negotiations between Crawford and Spence. But that guarantee is very, very prevalent in the PBC, and that's the reason why this fight is going to pay-per-view. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. Very, very interesting matchup, man. This is no tune-up. Let me repeat myself. This is not a tune-up. If you hear anybody out here saying Deontay Wilder is taking a tune-up, they out their rabbit-ass mind. This is not a tune-up. This is a dangerous fight. This guy is very crafty. This guy's got skills. He's very long, and he's got underrated power. So this could easily be a fight where Deontay Wilder gets the knockout, but he's behind on the scorecards. This is a very, very interesting matchup. Now, Wilder has done a better job, especially in this last fight with Fury, being a more busier fighter, competing in more rounds, not just looking for the one-hitter quitter. He did a better job in that against Tyson Fury, putting more punches together. And he's going to have to do that in this fight because Robert Helenius has seemed to found his groove, man, in the Adam Kanaki fight. Before that, he had pretty much a lackluster career. He lost to George Washington in a fight he should have won, and he's had basically a very non-descript career before the Adam Kanaki fight. That win came out of nowhere, especially the first fight. Ain't nobody anticipated he was going to beat Adam Kanaki. They thought Adam Kanaki was going to run through him. And Adam Kanaki was doing good early on. It seemed like he was heading toward another Adam Kanaki type style of fight and another dominant Adam Kanaki type of win. But Robert Helenius was able to hurt Adam Kanaki. Adam Kanaki never could fully recover, and he ultimately stopped Adam Kanaki. And in the second fight, he dominated him from start to finish. And they let me know that this guy has improved, and he's ready to take on the top dogs in the heavyweight division, and he gets his chance against Deontay Wilder. The only thing I don't like about this is this fight's going to be going head up with WBC, WBA, IBF, and WBO. I don't know if he accepted the WBC franchise title, but that's neither here nor there. He's undisputed at 135 pounds. Devin the Dream Haney, he'll be taking on former undisputed champion George Kambosos, and that fight's going down in Australia at Rod Laver Arena. So they basically going to be going head up because that fight's going to be going down in prime time here in the United States. It'll be taking place Sunday afternoon in Australia, but prime time here in the United States. So boxing fans, once again, going to have to make a decision which way they go. I'm going to probably have to go to a sports bar where they got multiple TVs. You know, I'll be watching the Wilder fight, and I'll be trying to keep my eye on the Devin the Dream Haney fight. Hopefully, Devin the Dream Haney and George Kambosos' main event will be on before Wilder takes on Helenius. Hopefully, that be the case. That's why you got to go to a sports bar, man, when you got multiple TVs where you got a chance to check out both events. So we will see what happens. and we will see what transpires. But a very, very interesting matchup. Now, October is shaping up to be a great month of boxing. October 8th, you're going to have Conor Ben taking on Chris Eubanks Jr. in a fight for nostalgia. The old head's going to be very, very happy, you know, reminiscing like Mary J. Blige about what their dads did and anticipating the sons putting on the same type of performance. So that's going down October 8th. And if I'm not mistaken, Top Rank might have a card for October 8th, if I'm not mistaken. But I know for a fact Ben and Eubanks is fighting October 8th. And then you got two fights on October the 15th. Like I stated earlier, Wilder versus Helenius and Haney versus Kambosos. Then October 22nd, if I'm not mistaken, Arthur Beterbiev is taking on Anthony Yard. And they might have a fight here in the United States, either with Top Rank or the PBC. They might have a card even that week. So it's going to be a very, very interesting month of boxing for October. If Beterbiev versus Yard don't happen October 22nd, it's going to happen October 29th. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. But Deontay Wilder will be looking to get back on track with the KO streak. This is going to be a very, very interesting matchup. Again, Helenius is coming in with a lot of momentum, a lot of confidence, and it should be a very, very interesting matchup going down in the Barclays Center. Now, if Deontay Wilder is successful in his endeavor with Robert Helenius, he will get the Andy Ruiz fight if Andy Ruiz defeats Luis Ortiz. And that's no guarantee if he's going to do that. That's a 50-50 fight in my opinion. So we will see what happens. And we will see what transpires. But that's what the PBC is setting the stage for. They want to do a big pay-per-view fight involving Deontay Wilder versus Andy Ruiz in the first quarter of 2023. So we will see what happens. And we will see what transpires. But Deontay Wilder has showed a lot of improvement, man. And I believe he is the number 2 heavyweight in the division. I know a lot of people say that I'm crazy, I'm out of my mind, that Usyk should be higher than him, Anthony Joshua should be higher than him, but I'm just basing on the fact that I think the 2 best heavyweights in the division are Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. Now, if Usyk is successful against Anthony Joshua, hopefully he gets either Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder next, and then he can state his case as the number 1 heavyweight in the division. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. It's not just about belts. He'd be like, oh, he got 3 of the 4 belts. Yeah, he beat Anthony Joshua, who lost to the Michelin man, Andy Ruiz. So it ain't like Anthony Joshua has not lost to underdog fighter before. A guy coming in on, 3 weeks notice? You know, a guy that look like somebody that's not a boxer. When you look at the classic model of a boxer, Andy Ruiz did not fit that build, and he stopped AJ, knocked him down multiple times. And then he let Usyk, who was coming off a lackluster performance, in my opinion, versus Derek Chisora, beat him soundly. But all that being said, let's see how it all plays out in the heavyweight division. And let's see where the cookie crumbles when these fights get down. The first situation that's going to play out is obviously between Joshua and Usyk. Whoever wins that fight is going to be in prime position to take on Tyson Fury. Fury is talking about taking on Derek Chisora for reasons unknown. Makes no sense. But I guess he wants to punish Chisora because Chisora picked against him against Dillian White. So that sounds like some personal beef. But he already defeated him soundly twice. And then we got Wilder versus Helenius in October, you know, and before that we have Andy Ruiz taking on Luis Ortiz Labor Day weekend. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. Follow me on Facebook, Gerard.Briscoe.3551. Follow me on Twitter, 9707 Gerard. Like, share, and subscribe to JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. And I holla.